just let you know.
We can't hear you because Brother James's screen is muted. There you go.
You're good.
Hello, folks. We're here.
Good morning.
All righty. I believe they're muted. And yes. Welcome, everyone, to the Namaste experience. We're incredibly delighted to be part of this experience, this right here and right now. Woo! Thank you. So, everybody okay? You all okay on Zoom land? Hello, morning, Vicki, and everyone. We love you all. All righty. Morning, Amrit. This is waking up over there. Still late. I'm still waking up too. Okay, a lovely day. We're all blessed. We're very blessed to be here. Today's lesson, forgiveness. Lets me know that minds are joined, right? Forgiveness lets me know. I'm lucky I can read that part. Forgiveness lets me know minds are joined, right? So forgive, 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 forgive. And you know how I see that the idea of forgiveness is giving ahead of time, right? I like seeing forgiveness that way, forgiving ahead of time. And it's just an act of giving. That makes it kind of simple for me. You're very familiar. And is it? I think. So, okay, let's get rolling. Yes, I wanted to take a few minutes and just share an experience that I had on my way here. Miracles happen everywhere, right? And holy encounters. Holy encounters are always and everywhere. You know, they're our life. They're always active, always going on. And so this beautiful holy encounter occurred on the plane before Alden and I. And before I tell you about that, I want to do a prelude from A Course in Miracles manual for teachers of God, which every one of you in this room is. No matter what background you have, you are teachers of God. The moment you feel the pain of your brother, the moment you discover that your interests are not separate, you are a teacher of God. And so I'm just going to read a tiny bit to you to set this up and then share with you the experience that we had that went so well with this. And this also springs off a bit from a lovely conversation we had with Amrit yesterday. So this kind of hopefully solidifies it in a way for all of us. What are the levels of teaching? So before we all think dualistically or think this is going to be dualistic because it says levels of teaching, the teachers of God have no set teaching level. In truth, right? All already happened. It's all going on at the same time. Each teaching learning, right? We're not always that, we're always learning. Each teaching learning situation involves a different relationship at the beginning. The ultimate goal is always the same. So it may involve a different level of consciousness that we're speaking with at that time. But ultimately it's all the same. The goal is the same, and that's to make that relationship holy, right? That's always our goal, to be whole and see wholeness in front of us and make everything holy. In which we can look upon the Son of God as sinless, right? Today's lesson, forgiveness. The whole thing, you see whole, giving ahead of time, seeing the soul, right? Seeing the spirit of the consciousness. We're not bodies. We're not bodies. There is, all right. There is no one from whom a teacher of God cannot learn. You know, let's just be with that for a moment. That's the truth. So there is no one who he cannot teach. It's all going on at the same time. It's all you. You're teaching yourself. You're remembering, right? You're learning by remembering. Learning as simple as remembering, I guess. So therefore, the plan includes very specific contacts to be made for each teacher of God, because we can't reach everyone, right? In body form anyway, this side of the veil. And so it's set up for us. Isn't that beautiful? Like, this is no accident, what we're experiencing right now. It is not an accident. We've chosen our awakening. We want to remain awake. So it's set up for us. You know, guardian angels, whoever you want to call it, all our unseen helpers make this happen. We are ready for each other to teach and learn perfectly with each other in this moment in space-time, right? To take each other out of time. So no accidents. It's planned for us very specifically, everyone that will meet. No accidents in salvation. Those who are ready to meet, because those who are to meet will meet, because together we have the potential for a holy relationship. We're ready for each other. So I'm skipping some. There are no chance encounters, absolutely no chance encounters. Each of them has the potential for becoming a teaching learning situation. And even at the level of the most casual encounter, it's possible for two people to lose sight. You can step off if you want for a minute. You okay? Okay. Even at the level of the most casual encounter, it is possible for two people to lose sight of separate interests, if only even for a moment. That's a holy encounter. That's out of time, really, when we see we have the same interest and we have a holy instant together. That moment will be enough. Salvation has come. Wholeness has come in that moment. It can be, as the Course says, a child in the elevator, the young man sitting next to us in the plane. That's the beautiful experience we had. God's plan has no levels, being a reflection of his will. Salvation is always ready, always there. God's teachers work at different levels, but the result is always the same. Okay, each teaching learning experience is maximal. I don't want to get too much into the reading. Yes, we had this lovely encounter. Pretty much right when I sat in the plane. We hadn't been in a plane in quite a while. And right when we sat in the plane, a young man next to me, about Jet's age, he said he was 33. And I just said hi to him right away and said, this is kind of squishy, isn't it? And he said, yeah, it's really changed around here. And he was immediately completely attentive. And oh my gosh, what a beautiful spirit. He just had a beautiful soul, wide open. And we started talking God immediately, just right off. Well, he said, where are you going? And we said, we're going to a spiritual community in Ahihik and share together and, teach, learn. We're just going for 2 months. And right away he said, I'm jealous, 2 months. And I think he had a week off. He had a week off to see. And he went into the service that he does. He said, I have a week off and we brought my grandmother. I take care of her all the time, along with my mother. Anyway, he was already in high service and I gave him that, he's just seeking God and just getting rolling, so much passion. So I think a lot solidified for him. Just so much happened. And when I look back, so much happened in that. I started looking at this as this chance encounter, these little ones, but the more I read this section, it fit in more to intense encounter. We have intense encounters too that seem to last longer, but then that's the most you can give each other in that moment. And this was more of that, really. I mean, it was 4 hours, but it's like a lot of time got collapsed and just so much occurred on both ends. I mean, we were just overjoyed to offer him. He kept saying, I like that you're saying peace, you're saying peace, and that's it. That's what I get out of being with God and serving my grandmother and helping my mother. It's peace. And that's the part my friends don't understand, the peace it brings me. And so a lot went on, we just went back. He used the term Lord, and I met him there. I've read the Bible for years. And so I spoke of my Lord as the Lord. and then he lost his Apple phone, couldn't find it. And this is sort of an automatic response for me. Normally I would check in whether to buffer that. And I said, Holy Spirit, help us, to find his, just to shorten time. We do that and we shorten time. So he said yes, to that. And then he was looking for a while. I said, can we help you? And then quickly he found his phone after that and he returned to peace. So afterwards, I felt guided. I asked, do I write down Course in Miracles? Because he loves to read. He said, I read everything. And I like psychology and I read my Bible. And I said, okay, psychology, right? Bible, Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles has over 600 scriptures in it from the Bible. and he likes psychology. And so I wrote it down. I was guided to, and I wrote it down, gave it to him. He said, I'm buying this immediately. I am buying this right now. And he said, can I have your email, to dialogue with you too about this? And he said, can I have a hug? And he was like 33 and he was very together. He was really intelligent, super intelligent, total heart, but very intelligent, very bright. And he would say, well, I was trying to remember, he had these cute ways he would acknowledge what we were saying, the more modern language, he was like, I got it, or something like that. He'd always say, oh, got it, and he did, everything we'd say, just little things. And we gave him everything and told him, man, you're doing it, you're doing great, and you're, well on your way, and just keep expanding, just keep receiving, and there's a lot more for you. And so anyway, that was just a beautiful, it wasn't a chance encounter. And he said that at the end. He said, this was meant to be. There's, he said, God did this. There's no way that this was meant to be. We were supposed to meet. And he said if he'd had more time, he'd have come here. And this was all, we talked maybe 2.5 hours of the 4.5 hour flight, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because it was just such a joyous thing. And he said, I'm going to take longer sometime and I'll keep in touch with you guys. And I want to come where you guys are going. And so is that all I want to say about that? Am I okay on time?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I'll just wrap it up with, well, no, I have 10 minutes. So, yeah, so I will wind it down with the end of this. Ultimately, a reminder again, his plan can have no levels, but in space-time, it appears that way, right? It just does. Because all things are a reflection of his will. Salvation is always ready, always there, every second. God's teachers work at different levels, but the result is always the same. That's just that reminder again. Each teaching situation is maximal in the sense that each person involved will learn the most he can from that other person at that time. In this sense, and in this sense only, we can speak of levels of teaching. So even this encounter, I know James would recognize that too. I know Vicky recognizes that. It's supposed to be exactly what it is right now. For me, for you, exactly. James is to go do and have a bunch of holy encounters with feeding people, and he's going to bring wholeness and every moment to many, right, to the multitudes. So yeah, that's good. I think that is good. Yeah, and Alden's going to go on. It's hard to just speak 10 minutes, but I love you all and thank you so much. Keep enjoying your holy encounters and your holy instances. And I'm going to enjoy a lot with you, and I'm enjoying it just thinking about it right here. Now it's happening. So thank you. I love you. And my beautiful Alden.
Yes. And thank you, Darla. That was
Oh, yes. Yes.
Thanks.
Let's let you speak.
Thanks, Scott.
We'll get the hang of it.
So, yeah, and thank you, Darla. That was beautiful. And we can have those encounters whenever we want. And you can even set your day to bring those encounters upon you. Like before I came to Mexico, I was thinking, I want to learn Spanish. And so it was so great. My first full day here, Luis comes up and says he wants to learn English and exchange, conversation, and both of us can pick up what we want to do. And you can set this up before it happens. It seems like these chance encounters, well, maybe they happen once a month or once every 6 months. You can literally speed that up to an everyday occurrence. And it can be a whole different frequency. That's all you're doing when you follow salvation, is it's a speed up when you engage your mind in it instead of just letting it float along and say, well, whatever happens, happens. But your mind and soul and spirit are connected to the entirety of the universe. And you can access that entirety of your larger self to bring about the things you need to do to speed up your salvation, to come into a greater awareness of who you really are, which is the actual thing about what the Course is, or any teaching of truth, is that we're speeding it up.
Yes.
It's not just,
Mhm.
well, I don't know what's supposed to happen, and I'll just hope something happens today. No, you can literally consciously decide to speed the game up by turning your life and your will over to the care of God, to the direction of the Holy Spirit, if that's
Yes.
your language. And it takes some practice, and maybe you don't believe it at first, but it really does work. And this is a really great message that, and we're connecting into this totality of mind through all the people that are joined on the Zoom account as well. We're all connected into this universal mind, and that can affect all of us here in Mexico and the United States as well. You're not just waking up by yourself. Everyone is accelerating together as
Yeah.
we speak to each other in terms of truth. We're here seeking truth. And we can find what that is by simply having that intention, setting the intention at the beginning of the day.
Mhm.
And that's a really beautiful idea, that you start ignoring the things that don't meet that intention. Like someone gives you the finger on the freeway that you cut off accidentally or something. If that's not part of the day you set for yourself, you can just let it go.
Forgiveness.
Yes, forgiveness can start ahead of time. Everything can be done ahead of time, not just after the fact where you're struggling. Oh, it's taken me 7 years to forgive that guy. You could have set your day at the very beginning and gone through the process much faster. So that's why a mind training like A Course in Miracles do this at the beginning of the day, not just when you have already lost your peace and you're in total chaos and conflict, but you can start your day this way and
Absolutely.
ignore the things that don't meet your goal and accept and you'll be looking for the things that make your goal work. Like meeting the guy that Darla talked about on the plane. That's because you set your goal at the beginning of the day.
Oh, and remember, we all collapsed time along with James. There was a terribly long line to get out of the airport. It was really long and not moving for probably 15 minutes, not even moving, just crushing in there, babies crying, and we prayed. And then minutes later, James talked to us. And so I just know his mind was joined with us. And then we told him at least 45 minutes. And it just collapsed to about 15 minutes after that. It just started moving and moving fast, just because we had compassion right in that moment, even for their babies crying. Everybody was thirsty. These, no air in there. Even Alden was said, we were having trouble breathing even a little bit. And so, yeah, we needed a miracle, right? And we're miracle workers.
So yeah, but it was great to join with another mind like James and say, we need to speed up and maybe we're going to miss our taxi connection. But yeah, you join with another mind, and that can be non-conceptual. It doesn't have to be a telephone that you're connecting. You can connect with Jesus right where you're at. You can make a telephone call to Jesus anytime, and he can speak to you. It's great to be in a conversation with God instead of only at the most desperate moments. And it begins to work. I don't know how it works, and I don't have to know how it works, but it's a beautiful thing.
It's our inheritance, right? It's our inheritance.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're meant to be able to operate at a much broader scale with a whole mind at our disposal. We're actually, as some of the lessons say in the Course in Miracles, you are the master of this universe as one with God, because God is master of this universe. And it's not a universe of limitation and restriction. It's totally connected. If you're going to be going out in the universe, and you will be very shortly, you're going to want to access the whole mind rather than the limited human association. You're going to want to find a way to set that aside. And that's done through more and more conscious contact with that whole mind that all of us share together. When we call James and ask for help, that's a contact with our whole mind. Any brother it also contains that whole mind. And if you want to expand, if you feel like it's a glitch and the world's pressing in on you and all kinds of things could be happening, join with another mind.
Yep.
Confide in another mind. When a brotherhood of God in the worship of a brotherhood of man in the worship of God is a brotherhood of confiding in each other and expressing, which is another word for trust.
Yeah.
Confianza in Spanish is like confide. It comes from Latin, but it means trust as well. And when you confide in a brother, you really trust him. He has the totality of God within him, just as you do. And that's an experience, isn't it? We're having that namaste experience. That's the code word. Whenever we're in conflict, we go namaste. So I'm really looking forward to working with Luis. Like he wants to learn. He's 31 years old. You think a lot of people go, well, I've been through college and I don't have anything more to learn. I'm done. I'm happy in my life. Everything's cool. This world is actually not a nice place. You don't want to stay here and be happy. We're looking to go out into the universe. And it's
Amen.
great to run into somebody like Luis, washing dishes maybe and working his way up in a restaurant type of situation. He wants to learn English and he wants to expand his ability to function in the world. He may have made a mistake asking me to help him because I'm going to take him beyond restaurants. But there's
I set it up. I said, you have a little job, Alden.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's a key thing. You want to be able to continue to be constantly learning. The Course describes it as being a happy learner. And you go, well, why do I need to learn anything more? That going to God is so simple. The recognition of yourself as a human being, the first beginning of the awakening is, I'm not happy. And what do I have to do to get into a state of mind that's happy? And that's where you become a happy learner. You're not just a learner, you're a happy learner. You're motivated to do this because you want to go beyond where you're at now.
Yeah.
Even if you're in a fairly lightful state, you want to keep going. There's no
Absolutely.
stopping.
Absolutely.
All right,
Vicky,
so
huh?
here we are, and we got a time for Vicky to show up, who we're looking forward to so much. Vicky's always got a message of pure love and joy.
Absolutely.
For us.
Mhm.
So
She's our savior.
Morning, Darla. Thank you, Alden. Thank you both. Good morning, everybody. It's the Christmas season. And I loved the theme you came in with today. Thanks, because it is our way of life to recognize the spirit and the soul in each other. And it's every day. It's wherever we are. I remember years ago, I thought, oh, I have a vocation for religious life. And when I prayed about it, it wasn't that I was to enter any order, but what I was guided to was to bring that order of religious life into the marketplace. And I belonged in the marketplace. And I have been ever since, wherever I've been, it's been mainstream. And in fact, yesterday we had a live Course in Miracles meeting here. And just because of the little contacts here and there were several from our apartment complex that just came to the meeting and continue to come. I met them in the pool or at the coffee thing or at the gym. But because of forgiveness, I am learning, and I think all of us learn this simple common language. And that common language is welcome and love. And when we live with that, whether it's someone next to us in an airplane or someone at the grocery line, the goal has gone from getting things done, which is big for me because I've been task-oriented all my life, to relationship-oriented, this moment-oriented, that this moment contains everything for total peace and happiness throughout time and space. That's an inspiring thought for me, so that there's no bad setup. The other night I was Bonnie was in the hospital and got help, and we were all called to be there together and called to be there with love, not with judgment. Oh, there's a problem, but oh, here we are in another opportunity. And the forgiveness is taking away the interpretation, oh, danger, horrible, to here we are, Lord, joined together in holiness. Whether the other person recognizes it or not, only I have to recognize it. And peace is a natural outcome because we're going, all it is me. I have to go beyond the appearance of another body, a dangerous situation, a boring situation, any of those to, oh no, I am the ruler of this kingdom of my mind, of this universe of my mind, and I'm going to rest it with the love of God that's always present. There's no appearance that gets in the way, but every appearance is a setup to love more, to be more present. Maybe not in words, maybe not even in action, maybe simply to be present with an open heart. And that may well be the fulfillment of this moment. But that being present is an awareness, I know, and we all know this because we've experienced, it touches our brother's heart. And we can see it, we can sense it. A brother relaxes his shoulders, a brother just sits more relaxed or gives us back a smile. And immediately right there, there's communion. There's communion beyond every appearance. And then when the communion comes in a way that we can talk about it or sing about it or play about it, it's all the more a celebration. But when it's just our daily life, there is nothing that isn't a setup for happiness, a setup for holiness, a setup for forgiving the appearances of what looks like doom and gloom or separation. And no, this is the moment where love can abound, where love can rule, because I'm going to let it rule my mind. Simple as that. That's it. Simple as that. Okie dokie. Thank you, guys. I love you. I love your being here, and so grateful to the Holy Spirit for this great plan of joining, regardless of the body costumes and suits we all wear. We have one interpretation, and what isn't love is simply fear, and love responds to that and melts that fear away. So thank you, Darla, Alden, and all you guys, my family. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicki. We all love you so much. Thank you for your wisdom, your incredibly huge heart. And oh gosh, your soul is just blesses us all. Thank you so much. Divine hostesses, right? Hosts and hostesses. We're divine hostesses and hosts of the soul, aren't we? Yeah, of every soul in front of us. We're all connected. And love makes it so simple, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm very grateful. Very grateful. Yes. Any other thoughts? Any final thoughts, Alden? Beautiful sharing, Vicki. Beautiful sharing, Alden.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Vicki, and thanks, Darla, for this beautiful meeting that we've been able to have today, and to join with all these minds that are so spectacular. Everyone here is pure love, as Vicki always points out to us.
Mhm.
And we're so glad that James, in fact, that Vicki has joined with James. We're talking about how minds join. And something really amazing is starting to happen through Vicki and James joining the minds, and then we're joining the minds. Everyone here is joining the minds, and the Zoom community as well throughout America and Canada, perhaps. We're joining the minds.
Yeah.
And that's the way out of here. It's not a singular awakening for a single guru that gets to go to heaven. We're all doing it together. That's the old style. The new style is your brother is crucial to your awakening and returning home to heaven.
Yeah, those gurus are stuck with us, right? We're all going home.
And we're bringing all the gurus with us.
We're bringing. It's great. And as Alden mentioned earlier, that expansion continues as we join and have that holy instant. God is ever expanding, right? And you touched on that. Therefore, how could we not, right? We're expanding forever. We're of God. We never stop. And I'll even throw in the word learning. I mean, how do you expand? You keep expanding and transforming. Yeah, I don't even want to say eternity. It's longer than that. We're beyond eternal. There's no limit to that. So the expansion is awesome. I'm so grateful that you're a part of the expansion of my personal consciousness. And that there's absolutely no accident. We're here together and yahoo. So we love you all so much. And Scott is going to bless us with a song.
Oh,
Yes.
before the, okay,
Before,
the prayer.
well, yeah. Scott, you're on.
Yes, thank you, Scott.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, I see the water. All right. I don't know how to get rid of them. So let's have a playful way of wrapping this up in song. How about, Darla, you give me the first line, the first sentence of this song, and you give me the last sentence, and I'll fill in all the blanks. And somebody's phone is ringing.
Okay.
How are you feeling? Ecstatic. All right, Darla, start me off.
I forgive this day and I'm free.
Very good. And how would you like me to end the song, sir?
And God has given me peace.
I forgive this day and I'm free. Nothing to do but be. My to-do list I burn. I'm happy just to be and learn. It really doesn't matter that I forgot the last line. Only on my platter is one heart and mind. All that really matters is we are divine, to take our own sweet time and play throughout the day as we choose peace. What was your last sentence? And by the way, everyone, God gives me peace. Would you like to come back, or would you like me to lead us in the last, the prayer? It's just it's a lot less. Yeah, share screen. Oh. All right. Here's John. All right. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Amen. 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 Y punto.
He just has way too much fun.
Bye-bye, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Blessings.
Thank you.
I love you. Have a